Andy Margin Boo Ruiz has posted up a message to his fans. He said the following: I've had time to reflect since my fight on Saturday. Sorry, let me start again. I read that wrong. I've had time to reflect on the lesson in boxing I was given on Saturday. I've had time to come to terms with the schooling which took place on December 7th. Congrats to Anthony. He did what he needed to do. He whooped my ass. Now it's time for me to lick my wounds, lick my sore ass crack. Oh, yes, now it's time for me to do what I need to do. I must now go and eat at Red Lobster. Oh, yeah, I must console my loss and start eating at Red Lobster. I've booked a table of 4 to go to Red Lobster with my family because I got my ass whooped. I got some wounds to lick. now, now it's time for me to do what I need to do. Oh, I'll be back stronger next time. Anthony Joshua can give me a better lesson in boxing. I'll be back stronger. I'll be champion once again. I appreciate all the love and support from my true fans. I appreciate the haters as well, and can't wait to prove the haters wrong once again. I can't wait to eat myself into submission and prove all y'all haters wrong again. I love being big. I love being bubbly. My name's Andy Bubbly Ruiz. Back to the gym. Let's start this journey to the belts. Now, out of all this message, that's typical, pretty standard filler. Oh, I've had time to reflect since my schooling. Oh, I've had time to do this. I've had time to do that. Now it's time for me to prove this. Now it's time for me to prove that. All that stuff, I've heard it all before. However, one bit I did find interesting was where he put back to the gym. 4 words, back to the gym. Them 4 words are the most powerful words. However, they are, unfortunately for you, Margin Boo, they are only still words, meaning that often, and I wondered this after the fight, on December 7th, Andy Ruiz said, oh, yeah, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to go straight back to work. He was talking about how he's so motivated, he's going to come back next time, let's do it again, I'm going to work really hard this time, coulda, woulda, shoulda kind of talk, oh, I will do this, I will do that. Next thing you know, a day later, TMZ, and he's talking about, I need to take some time off, oh, you know what I mean? Oh, I need to take some time off with my family. Take some time off with your family. It's taking time off with your friends and family which got you here. It's buying Rolls Royces and being wilding out, Hollywooding out is what got you here. The very last thing you need to do is take time off. Yeah? You didn't lose the fight because you lost too much weight and you were too drained. Don't get me wrong. I'm the first person to say, if someone comes into a fight, yeah, and they're too drained and they lose, I'll be the first person to say, listen, take some time off, eat some food, relax, spend some time with your family. You've obviously been overtraining or whatever. This weren't that. You've done plenty of relaxing and plenty of whatevering, of eating. The last thing you need to do is do any more of that. What you need to do is get your big bubbly self back to the gym. And as I said at the start of this video, it's easy to say back to the gym. What are we waiting for? And what I'll be watching vehemently, if that's even a word, I'm not sure. But either way, what I will be watching stringently is whether or not Andy Margin Boo Ruiz puts out any training videos. Because what we do know is the fact that when he was the man, when all of his fly-by-night bandwagon dons were in his comment section saying, "Oh, Andy Ruiz, look at the power, look at the speed," when he was knocking out all of his training partners, all of his pad men, every week he was putting up videos of him clipping his pad men on the jaw, etc., etc. Everyone was saying, "Oh, look at Andy, look at the power, look at this, look at that." Everyone was gassing him up. When that was happening, we saw the video. So what I'm waiting for, I want to start seeing videos of you training. I don't want to see, why is he, this is what I don't get, and in a way, he's already exposed himself. The fact he posted up this message, oh, yeah, back to the gym. Why did you post a text message saying back to the gym? Why didn't you just post a video? What you should have done is, actually been in the gym, recorded a training session, like you used to do, and put a 1-minute Instagram video up of you hitting the pads, and then put the text messages alongside it. I am back in the gym. Rather than saying back to the gym, you should say, I am back in the gym. That's what should have happened. And the fact he's put up a blank picture of himself, that just tells me, and this is the problem you see, I can empathize, sorry, with how he feels because we've all been there. It's easy to sit there at home, sit on the couch and say, slobbing out, handing a cheesy pair of Doritos and saying, "Oh, I'm going oh, I'm going back to the gym." It's easy to sit there when you're on the couch and we cheat all the powdery cheese over your fingers you're licking off. It's easy to say then you're going back to the gym. Let's see you back in the gym. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the video in the gym. Stop talking about going back to the gym. Actually go back to the gym. I don't think this man's going to do it. I'm sorry. I think we've got another Marcos Maidana, if the truth be known. Andy, Marcos Maidana, Ruiz. This isn't unprecedented. We've seen. The scary thing is, look at the parallels between Buster Douglas. Buster Douglas rocked up. He was the most motivated. His parent had died, etc., etc. Gave Mike Tyson the work. Then what happened? It lost the plot. Came in for the fight against Evander Holyfield, bubbly, big and bubbly, and lost. And then he never was the same. Never came back again. Look at Marcos Maidana. Went in there with Floyd. Made less money than Andy Ruiz made. And Mayweather only paid Marcos Maidana $4 million. As an example, made the money and was never the same again, went away, put loads of weight on. And Marcos Maidana recently in the last year tried to make a comeback, but thought, you know what, it's too hard to lose the weight. And Andy Ruiz, by the way, at 283 pounds, which he won't be now, Andy Ruiz, after eating himself into oblivion over the last 10 days, he will be around 290 pounds now. That's if he's sweated out a lot of water weight in Saudi Arabia. If he hasn't, it's going to be bang near £300, Jarrell Juicy Miller style. So every day that goes by, it's going to become a bigger, it's going to become a bigger mountain to climb. And we know big bubbly people, the last thing they want to do is cut that weight down. And it's one thing to say, it's another thing to do it. I think what you'll find is Andy Ruiz will get to £300 and he'll just think, you know what, it's too much, I can't be bothered. And he hasn't got that same. We all know anyone who hasn't got loads of money, you know what it's like. Money's motivating. You know you have to get up, you've got to do stuff to get the monies in. Andy Ruiz is sitting there, 10 million cash in his bank. He's thinking, oh, it's such a chore. When you've got 300 grand a year rolling in from basic interest, do you really want to get up and do anything? Really? It's hard. When you're getting paid 30 grand a month to do nothing, do you really want to do much? I wouldn't have thought so. Especially when Andy Ruiz has probably been used to living on 5 grand a month or something. When you've got 30 rolling in for doing nothing, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to take a very motivated man, Anthony Joshua, who can do these kind of things, where they've got all the money. Floyd Mayweather, they've got all the money, but they still want to get back to it. You've got to have some intrinsic motivation. Andy Ruiz comes across as someone who doesn't have much intrinsic motivation. He likes buying cars. He's got a lot of extrinsic motivation. Cars, food, women. I thought he had a wife. In his TMZ interview, he talked about how he's been seeing loads of women and whatnot. So that goes to show the kind of character he is. He has extrinsic motivations. And when you've had that extrinsic motivation satisfied, all that's left is intrinsic motivation. Does he have any? We're going to find out in the next 6 months, but I seem to think not. Like I said, AJ, even though he's won and he's back in the gym 3 days later. Ruiz lost. My point is, when you, in my opinion, in my experience, in fact, losing is much more of a motivated than winning. Both can be quite motivating, but losing, that really makes you want to get back. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to, when you come off a loss, it's almost like you need to get back into the sport just to kind of take your mind off it. But for Ruiz to be saying it's 10 days gone by now. Why haven't you posted a video in the gym? You'd think, I'm pretty sure, and the first time Andy Ruiz is in the gym, I'm pretty sure he'll post a video out because he'll want to show his fans. So I'm thinking, it's 10 days gone by, boss man. Why haven't you been back there? And that just shows me it's not really. He's on Instagram saying one thing, and in reality he's doing another. But I'll put my hands in the air if I'm wrong. The other thing I want to say now quickly is, I've heard from some good sources that Deontay Wilder is planning on fighting Andy Ruiz when he's 350 pounds. That's what I'm hearing. So just keep your ears and eyes open for that one. I'm hearing that Wilder and Al Heyman are planning on letting Ruiz bubble up. In fact, they're waiting for Ruiz to have about 2 years out, 350 to 400 pounds, and then they're going to fight him. Because what do we know? Look at Wilder historically. Bermane Stiverne, Luis Ortiz, both people were out the ring for 2 years in the rematches. He likes people who are very inactive. Dominic Brazil, inactive. He likes people to be out the ring for a good year or two. He likes them to be nice and bubbly, nice and soft. So I'm hearing He'll fight Andy once Andy Ruiz gets to 350 and he's been out the ring for at least a year. Wilder is going to be all over it. He's going to be all over it. That's what he will be doing. Anyway, listen. Big shout out to my dog, Don Elder, Don Richardson, for coming through and sponsoring your boy the YB's charity. Anyone else who wants to receive daily exclusive live streams, interact with the YB, support the YB, patreon.com/the YB. Respect.